Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Bad Brad VELOCITA USA. You see it right there, Super Performance. We're actually testing out or using some of your gear. You have this amazing little deal here. It's not DJI or DJI. It's a Best Buy equipment situation, but it's something
brand,
different.
Right, yeah, some Bobo brand. It's working great.
Well, you should be sponsored now because we're selling
free plug.
it. You really should. Speaking of free plug, what is this suit? It's a hot seller right now. What's going on?
Yeah, man, this is the new ultralight. This is the new factory pilot suit we just did for Bobby Pierce. Got it done right before we came to the Chili Bowl. Lighter than anything else, more breathable, more flexible, the whole deal. Very affordable as always. You know, trying to take care of that grassroots racer every day, Chaz.
So what is so special about it technically?
It's just it's moisture wicking material, so it actually keeps the driver about 15 to 18 degrees cooler inside. So when the summertime, when everybody's dying, this is the way to go, man. And you know, Texas, Oklahoma, especially out here, it's crazy in the summertime.
Well, and we're here at the Chili Bowl area, obviously open wheel, obviously methanol.
Yes.
Methanol fires have been a deal here recently. How is VELOCITA taking that precaution worry when dealing with sprint car drivers? Is it a little bit different?
So it is, but it's really not. So safety is safety is safety. It's all about thermal penetration, thermal shrinkage ultimately. But the biggest problem that we see, and the reason we're seeing the fires we're seeing, people are not caring for their suits correctly. They're soaked in oil. They're dry cleaning them. Dry cleaning fluid is a very flammable solvent. It's got 21-day incubation period. They're just not cleaning them correctly. Some of the fires we noticed during the shootout, you see that low orange glow that's all over the suit? That's dry cleaning fluid that's burning off of it. So it's actually an accelerant. So wash it correctly, use suit wash, stay away from the dry cleaner, you won't have those problems.
So is it a specific like washing liquid that do you sell or do you recommend or what is it?
We have a powder. There's another company that has a liquid. We think the powder is better because it dissolves in the entire tub. With the liquid, you dump the liquid in, it only stays where you dumped it. So the powder is going to absorb in the entire tub, makes it a much better, gets the entire tub clean.
And so how do you feel about a product like Inferno Armor? That stuff seems amazing, but there is questions about it. It is spraying onto a material. Obviously, the material is made for a certain reason. It has helped, apparently. Chase Randall had it on, and he didn't get injured through fire. How do you feel about a product like that they're trying to use?
So I think...
No offense here, just an opinion.
No,
I mean, Kevin Thomas Jr. is trying. They're trying to do something different.
You know, anybody that's putting forth the effort to make it safer is a way better deal. I don't know Kevin at all, have anything to do with it. He's never approached my company and said anything to it. I know he works with a couple of the other manufacturers. I think he just left K1. Now he's with Hitchman, and they're doing something different over there. It's a topical spray. There's 3 types of FR. This may be news for everybody. Inherently, topically, and durably fire retardant. Durably fire retardant is earth, rock, sticks, things that don't inherently burn without being a very high ignition point and a very low flash point. The next thing is going to be inherently fire retardant. That's going to be our FRs, Aramids, Nomex, the things that we make fire suits out of. And then there's topically fire retardant. That's the chemical like those guys are using. It's a spray-on. Ultimately, it's the same thing they spray movie theater curtains with. You can buy a similar product on a very popular website. We all buy
like a stunt scene would use with fire that it protects a Hollywood actor in that moment?
No, that's stunt gel. So no, this is going to be a spray-on. So when you go to a movie theater or you go to a theater, those curtains have to be sprayed with an FR product. The base chemical is the same for all spray-on chemicals. Unfortunately, it sprays on, it washes off. So it's something you got to reapply all the time. But any layer of protection is a good layer of protection.
And I went to Australia this last off season. I don't know if you've been over there just yet. You're a popular guy, obviously, but
flight's too long for me, brother.
Flight is too I split it up with Hawaii on the way back. I couldn't do the full way. Yes. I couldn't do it. But at the end of the day, over there, I did learn how there is a certain difference between SFI ratings and FIA. Yeah. FIA is a little more serious, I guess. I mean, that's what they say, baby. They're being cocky. Everybody's cocky. But there's like a certain second duration of burn point that FIA requires that SFI doesn't. Is that potentially altering the effectiveness of some of the suits that are out there? Like the regulation, the regulation at the end of the day is the one that determines what you have to sell, right?
I have to be extremely politically correct.
Oh my.
SFI is a not-for-profit foundation that tests safety equipment. FIA is a for-profit business. I'm not saying if you write a bigger check, you get a higher certification, but you can read between the lines. That's not a possibility with SFI.
Does SFI trickle down from the NASCAR umbrella, though, kind of? That's kind of what instills them in American motorsports, right?
Yeah, but you got to look from the exposure standpoint. So what SFI is trying to do is protect the masses. we're not just trying to protect 50 elite teams. We're trying to protect the masses. FIA is trying to protect 100 elite teams. You pick up what I'm laying down? So with SFI, they're more interested in all of the grassroots racers because it's more of a mass impact. 20, 30, 45, 50,000 people wearing a product that could be unsafe. So SFI is really chasing the masses. FIA is chasing the icing on the cake.
Is that why sometimes their certified products are a little more expensive?
Well, they are, because every design has to be certified. So, like, for example...
And they get a kickback like IMCA in a stamp part? No offense, Brett Root, but I'm just saying.
I have no earthly idea. I have no idea.
But FIA.
By the way, Brett Root's a good friend of mine.
Oh, he's an awesome guy. I mean, the Super Nationals is an amazing event.
It's the best event.
It's like Chili Bowl, but four divisions.
With 1,100 race cars.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
It's worth of racing.
It's a beautiful thing.
Incredible barbecue right down the street.
Oh, there's too many. The steak sandwich.
Free plug, what you smoke, and best barbecue place on earth. Anyway, so FIA and SFI are just way different. So we have seen instances where we've actually cut samples out of FIA suits and sent them. We work with one of the colleges, we won't blow their cover, to do TPP testing and thermal shrinkage. And we've had panels that have come out of suits that met the highest FIA standpoint that wouldn't pass the lowest SFI standpoint. But SFI doesn't test with accelerants. So how do you know? So let me tell you this. The worst sprint car fire I've ever seen in my life was Logan Sherb in Texas. You may remember the fire. He was glued in a race car upside down, and that fire went on for over 2 minutes. Logan Sherb walked away from that fire. I believe firmly a couple reasons. Number one, Jesus loves his kid, and if you disagree with that, don't ever watch my videos again. Number two, it wasn't his day to get hurt. Number three, we make pretty good safety stuff. But even my suit should not have survived a 2-minute fire. That was incredible. That was a methanol fire upside down. My man's glued in. He had zero chance of survival. He walked away.
Well, sprint cars are a whole nother animal. You know, through the issues that I've experienced, I'm a sprint car guy in a way.
You are definitely a sprint car guy.
Well, I respect the late models for the talent and the ability they have. I mean, the super late model division of America is the cream of the crop in the world, in my opinion.
We just get to beat and bang more. That's all.
Well, y'all ain't risking life every corner. I think that's you are, but you aren't. You don't have a track record. Let's just say you don't have a track record like the sprint cars do.
We don't get upside down as often as the sprint car guys do. That's for sure.
Well, and another thing is, I learned a lot about fuel cells. There is not a SFI certified fuel tank in the sprint car manufacturing world. There is only one tank that is certified by FIA at the lowest standards, and it's one of the most expensive tanks that most people never use from ATL. I think that's an extremely big issue when you're in one of the most dangerous race cars.
Let me interject this. And there's going to be people who disagree with this.
Sprint cars are barbaric in a way, the design.
They are. But I'm going to say this. This is going to be really unpopular with some people. But I'm going to say the newest generation of racer that we're seeing, that 14 to 24-year-old racer, is it pretty and will I go faster? Safety is an afterthought. You know the best part about my job? Less than 2% of racers will ever experience catastrophic fire. That's the best part of my job. You know the worst part of my job? Less than 2% of racers will ever experience catastrophic fire. Most people don't appreciate safety. Most. All parents appreciate it. All grandparents appreciate it. Most drivers sitting in the seat are, is it going to be heavy? Is it going to slow me down? Does it look cool? If it does those three things, I'm all in. Oh, it's going to protect me better? I'm probably not interested.
Well, but that's also why I think Australia, with their governing body, that sets a standard.
States, yes,
the actual country sets a standard of how safety resilient your tracks have to be. Certain bars on sprint cars over there have to be in a certain way to protect the broken back situations that we see. Fire's a whole nother scenario.
You see that in New Jersey also. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Well, you can't even fill up your own tank in New Jersey.
Well, in New Jersey, the state police actually comes out. They're the ones who do the helmet inspections, the seat belts, and all that. It's regulated by the state, which I think honestly is great. We need to see more of that.
Well, and the closest thing we have to a governing body in America, I would think, would be IMCA. If you look at it from a national standpoint.
Let me say, IMCA, there's no gray areas. It's black or it's white. If it's gray, you're illegal. Pack your crap up and go home. I love that about IMCA. We tolerate zero BS. There's no explaining yourself. It's right or wrong. Period.
Right. Just like here at the Chili Bowl, they said if we catch you with dope tires, you're not only DQ'd this year, but you're next year as well. Correct. They reversed on it though today because of the clicks, the politics. You probably know about politics in racing just a little bit. Eldora is sold? No, I'm just playing. I got caught up in that. I would like to ask you about that. I don't know if that's offensive, but
it's not offensive. And here's the thing. So
I felt bad for you. You don't make up shit.
There's no reason. There's no reason to be bad for me. So
I got blamed for that somehow.
That's okay. You went to school, right?
Illuminati school, yes.
Punctuation. Period means the statement is complete. A question mark means it is a
Question.
Oh my God, say that again.
It's a question, guys.
How many question marks were behind that? I distinctly remember too. Eldora sold, question mark, question mark. I asked a question. Somebody got offended because I took the post down. Why did I take it down? Tony Stewart held a press conference. Guess what he said? Eldora is not sold. Am I a Tony Stewart hater? Every race car I've driven since I was 10 years old, what's the car number on the side? Not a Tony Stewart hater. Not even remote.
You love him.
I do.
He's a great guy.
He's one of my heroes.
As far as one person who put back most in the sport, I mean, he's done it.
Let's say this. So they asked Tony about his relationship with Gene Haas pre-Daytona test. He said it was rock solid. Was it? They asked him if his relationship was solid with Ford. He said they're great multi-years moving forward. Was it?
The politics. This is how they play the game.
They also asked him if he's going drag racing full time. He said, probably not. My heart's in circle track racing.
Oh, God.
So if Eldora would have been sold, would anybody been surprised? And everybody was tiptoeing around the pits going, I wonder if it's sold. I wonder if it's sold. I wonder if it's sold. I just asked a question.
All I did was talk about if it would be, and I got blamed.
I wanted to know. And I don't think it is. And you know what? It's not surprising it's not for sale. It is his baby. It's his bread and butter. I get
It's
it.
his biggest investment outside of maybe the NASCAR team.
Probably so. The top fuel tank's pretty crazy too. But no, I wanted to know, and everybody else was afraid to ask. If it is offensive that I asked that question to a person of that caliber, then he and I should probably have a private conversation about that. But ultimately, you know what? If I thought that this event was for sale, I don't have Tony's phone number. I do have all the Hans' phone number. I'd make that phone call. Right. And guess what? I could find out immediately and answer my question. I put it out there and I asked a question. If it's against the rules to ask a question, I don't know what the rules are.
Well, and then if Flo for some reason does buy it here soon, like some are speculating, then, you know, just like if he leaves NASCAR or if he goes drag racing or all the things you just said no that he answered to, and they came to be the other way in a year or two, I mean,
who knows?
Who knows? This is the politics.
I didn't speculate that he had or that he had not. I asked a question. A few thousand people also wanted to know the same answer. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I did my video. It's like, what's happening here? Yeah. And there had to be something to it for you to even hear anything to ask that question publicly on your Facebook.
We kind of live in the NASCAR-ish world. We're sort of in that neighborhood.
There's a lot of private conversations.
And at the time that was going down, they had officially announced the closing of Stewart Haas. And I would say double digits of humans that work in that organization are personal friends of mine that we've raced with, grown up with, the whole deal. And obviously there were some rumblings in our area that he was consolidating interests. How about that? Okay. So it seemed plausible to us, and it seemed worthwhile to ask a question. Here's the thing. I got on social media 9 months after it started. I don't say stupid stuff on social media. Never have, never will.
So no person of very powerful position came up to you and told you that it was sold. Nobody did that. It was just kind of a question.
No. And I would even say that we actually had a person who saw it, who reached out to me privately, who is definitely brass, who said that is absolutely a rumor. It is not true. And I simply said, I just want to hear it officially said. That's all I said. And they said, I don't blame you. You've asked a plausible question, and you absolutely need to get an answer. You deserve an answer.
Okay.
So we did. We got an answer. And guess what we did after we got our answer? So what's your name?
Chaz.
What's your name?
Chaz.
What's your name? Why would I keep asking? You gave me my answer. We're done with that, right?
I thought.
Let's move on. Talk about the next topic.
I didn't know if you wanted me to say the Chaz.
No. But ultimately, I got my answer. So why would I not?
I understand.
And I got bashed. Some reporter, some guy who thinks he's a thing, a publicist, this, that.
You're not talking about me, are you?
No. This guy was all mad at me about it. And I said, it's a question, bro. There's 2 question marks behind it. Well, you deleted the post. I did because my question was answered. But let me do this for you. I will share it with you so you can see it and all 9,387 comments and see that it was a question. And I don't know where you went to school as a reporter, but where I went to school as a not reporter, a question mark means it's a question, and it still does.
Right. It's not asking, is Knoxville a dump? It's Jonathan Davenport saying this place is a dump. That's a statement, right?
I didn't make a statement, I asked a question.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I didn't make a statement, ask a question. So.
Well, it was an interesting question that got some interesting attention.
Hey, sometimes we have to ask.
I ran with it. I heard some more rumors after what you posted that it was. So, I mean.
You know what? Sometimes we got to know what we got to know.
Hey, man, World Racer Group's got VELOCITA. Why not Flo get Eldora?
And I think World Group has done a great job with the things that they have acquired.
Right.
I think they're doing a really bang-up job. We deal with Corey Goss over there. He's our sponsor liaison. They have been a first-class organization. And I will say, prior to the regime that's in there now, we didn't have that level of relationship. But now that we're in there with those guys, we work great with them. They're awesome to work with. IMCA, great to work with. The Hahn family treats me like family. This is, I mean, here's the thing, Chaz. We're 23 years deep in this. We're not new. We treat everybody the way that we get treated.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Is that about it? You ain't losing business? Are you over me being here? I mean,
I have incredibly well-trained staff, sir.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I remember when it was just you in a tent.
Yeah, man. They're back in the days of the minivan, right?
Oh my! They all start small. You know, Keith Coons wasn't always out here with 16 cars.
And people don't remember when you and I stood on the tower together and announced the Longhorn Shootout.
This Anton Hernandez won it. Yeah.
11 years ago. Think about that.
Me and you.
Yeah, 11 years ago. So it's been a while.
And now we're here.
Here we are,
running the world.
Yeah, I don't know that we're running the world. Maybe we're running from the world.
Well, that's the only way to do it when the world is what it is.
Yeah.
This is the question. I don't want to be mean. Gateway or Chili Bowl? Gateway is more comfortable. Chili Bowl's a better race.
Super easy to say. Gateway has better late model and modified racing. Chili Bowl has better midget racing.
Oh my God! Oh, politically correct.
No. They ran midgets at the Gateway a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
Okay.
Better late model and modified racing at Gateway. Better midget action here.
You need to throw 410s in the dome. Wing.
410 non-wing.
Wing.
No, non-wing.
You need to go to Placerville.
No, we'd wind up in row 1.
No. Maybe higher fences are needed now. They cleared them out this last
We'd
year.
have sprint cars in the bathroom, Chaz.
No, we wouldn't. We'd have women in the bathroom because they're just so turned on by the racing it would put on.
You're not wrong. So,
but we'll see.
Yeah.
The dome is amazing. It's growing. It's the best show, I think. The show that's put on in there is the pre-race shows, everything. It's like Monster Jam mixed with dirt track.
The all-race show is unbelievable, man. It's just crazy. We love the dome. It's great. Cody's done the vision that guy
And now
had,
70,000 to win.
and the chance that he took to do that.
Yeah.
My man could have bankrupted his whole life in one event. Think about that. I don't have those kind of cojones. No way.
Well, and now, it's 70,000. I do think the Chili Bowl potentially has a better on-track product. It's a little more about the racing. Over there, it's a little more rough.
Also, we've been doing this since 1987.
It's perfected.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's a machine. It's a well-oiled machine. From the build-up to the tear-down to the pack-in, the pack-out, the shootout, everything that goes on with it, man, 100%.
It needs to be a little bigger, though. There's too many people now. That's all I would say.
A bigger, what do you mean?
Bigger facility. Like I've heard they talked about expanding the building here to fit more things in.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this ain't broke.
It ain't broke. It's just packed.
Bro, we're dealing with that with Bowman Gray right now. Bowman Gray sold out to NASCAR. It's my home track. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're just hoping they don't break it.
Oh, my God. Well, that's where the Clash is this year.
It is. Well, the Clash is there every week. Just watch it on Flow.
Oh, my God.
They're just going to have radial tires on this time. That's the only difference.
They're just going to have millionaires driving instead of working men.
And the cool thing, they're only 3 seconds slower than our 4-cylinder cars. It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's their times?
18 and a half second lap.
What's the modifieds go around there? Or a premium car?
Low 13s.
Oh, so the Cup cars are just slow flopping around there, huh?
But they're going to be a lot of fun to watch.
It should be. It'll draw the eyes.
Hometown. Tim Brown, Burt Myers. We hope one of those boys brings it home, man.
So you are going to have locals in the cars?
2. We got 2. Yeah. Our
Tim Brown from Madhouse?
Yeah. Tim Brown from Madhouse.
The Napa guy.
Yes.
Okay. We'll let you get out of here. You got to make some money.
Yes.
You got to keep selling these Bobby Pierce.
Well, we don't need to build suits for Bobby Pierce. We build suits for everybody, Chaz. Just saying.
You'll be in Speed Weeks, I'm assuming, right?
100%. We'll be at New Smyrna and we'll be at Volusia.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you for the mic here, Dill, and
no problem, man.
and the talk, clearing it all up as you always do.
See you as always, sir. Keep doing what you're doing, bud.
I'll try to lose weight for us. See you next time.
Been good.
Bye.